Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to the Rise of the Golden Idol. So, before we get started with Chapter 3, The Machine, there were a couple of things I wanted to take another look at real quick in Chapter 2. The first is this little film reel we saw at the end of it, with Tessa showing the monkey statue to her commune, or whatever you call it. She says, "Behold, our time has come." Someone with binoculars is watching her. So the first thing I notice is that even though her goal all along was to recreate the Golden Idol, and the monkey statue was the final piece that she killed Arthur for, she isn't showing these people the completed Golden Idol. She's just showing them the monkey statue, which makes me think maybe she doesn't know how to put it together yet. I don't know. And I also didn't notice the binoculars last time. I didn't notice that someone was spying on them. Alright, the other thing I wanted to take note of was something that happened in this scenario. So I don't know where it's going to drop us off. It's going to drop us off right here. So I want to take another look at what, quote-unquote, what is this guy's supposed name here? Robbie Froberg. What Robbie Froberg, quote-unquote, says here. He says, "The poor professor just isn't cut out for this," talking about Dr. Toussaint. "Should have listened to me." Should have listened to me. Now, we didn't know when we read this that this is actually Arthur Blythe. Now that we know, so it didn't really stick out to me, the fact that Arthur and the professor had, talked at some point. Unless the poor professor is talking about Tessa. I thought that he was talking about Dr. Toussaint. Now that I'm looking at this, he doesn't say he just says the poor professor. Because Tessa didn't win the auction, did she? Okay, I was misinterpreting this. Should have listened to me is him colluding with Tessa. Okay. Because it stuck out to me the fact that he had seemingly communicated with Dr. Toussaint. Because the whole point of this chapter is that this entire conspiracy was just Tessa and Arthur conspiring with each other. And the idea that there was a third person involved in that was very intriguing to me, especially since we know that this guy, that the doctor, is going to show up later as a mental patient. But, I don't know. I was misinterpreting it. Alright. Let's go to Chapter 3, The Machine. And it starts with the professor. Ignition. A dangerous technology is unleashed. Could it be the idol? Alright, so there's the professor futzing around with a fire extinguisher. This is chaos! I hope this is the right fire extinguisher. I should really have my reading glasses. Extra physical laboratory access card. Okay. Alright, let's look around this room. Test lab. Reminder of OPIG's zero alcohol policy. We will not have another Reynolds fiasco. No testing. Awaiting board approval. Stay behind caution tape. Still don't know why lab has been so cold lately. Dress warm. Okay. Okay. Fingerprints discovered. Okay. So who left this fingerprints? I don't know what I'm supposed to put here. Oh, we're gonna find a whole bunch of fingerprints, aren't we? And then we're gonna have to name who left them. Okay. That'll be fun. A little bit of Crimson Diamond up in here. Alright, what's in these lockers? Glasses. Could these be Dr. Toussaint's glasses that he didn't wear? A book titled Primary Sources Studies, Lemuria, 1200 to 1300. A book titled Lemurian Cultural Investigation. So this could very well be the doctor's locker, because we know that he was at auction because he studies Lemurian history. A book titled The Archaeological Sites of Xenopolis. What's in this locker? Fingerprint discovered. Leonard Graves. How to Make Friends, Keep Them, and Use Them. From the author of Caught Them Off Guard. An impression left in an orange powder. Huh. I wonder why it's important why the powder is mentioned. Alright, I noticed this. June 18th, day before my birthday, circled on this calendar, and a note that says be ready. I'll keep note of that. The Harmony Foundation. Uh-oh. Enter a state of true harmony. Repair your emotional divides. Jack. Jack's coat. Have we met a Jack yet? I don't remember. A book titled Organic Chemistry, 3rd edition. A book titled Key Mechanical Theory. Both hands or one hand? Need both hands to complete circuit? Uh-oh, I recognize this. I recognize these symbols. These are the symbols that are on the golden idol. Okay, so this is about putting the idol together. This is a diagram for putting the idol together. High conductivity. Structural elements provide support. No effect on operation. Okay. So this belongs to a Jack. Overqualified, ignored, our seminars will activate your true potential, exposing you to a new world of corporate opportunity. Okay, here we get names, finally. Dr. Westlake, thank you for once again bringing your concerns to the board. Again, we take the professionalism of our managerial staff seriously and have taken your complaint into consideration. However, we courteously remind you that it is inappropriate to publicly accuse a direct superior of workplace intoxication. Mr. Spender expects a formal apology. No further follow-up is required. Sincerely, Nathan Boyle, Board President. Alright, I'm guessing that this is Dr. Westlake's locker, because he has crumpled up this note as if he has received it and been upset by it. Manager and Board President inspection on the 18th. Unlock lab door, they won't have active swipe cards. Oriel looking into precise origin of parts. Jack to clean glassware. Lab staff reduced by 1. Eugene now on janitorial duties, thank God. Alright, are they into precise origin of parts? Talk of parts makes me think of the idol again. Right, there's so much in just this room, and nothing crazy has even happened yet. Missland's Lake, finest whiskey. Fingerprint discovered? Alright, what was this? Was this in the trash can? Trash can? I'm guessing that belongs to the person who is accused of workplace intoxication. Storage boxes labeled Harmony Foundation. Cleaning supplies. A bag of cheesy corn chips, probably what left the orange dusty powder. Okay, so this probably belongs to Eugene. Wait, or the orange fingerprint is probably Eugene's. Because he's on janitorial duty and he was eating cheesy corn chips and those were in the janitor's cart. Okay, I think that's everything on this screen. Alright, what crazy thing are we gonna find when we go to the next room? A guy on fire. Great. Testing approve! Marie, Tim, stop bickering so we can talk budget. Alright, so he's like in charge, it would seem. Such power. Fascinating. I think that shut it down. I've recognized you. Weren't you, Elizabeth Novak's cousin? An instant camera. Am I crazy? He was at the police press conference, standing by Elizabeth's side. Alright, what was this again? An instant camera. Okay. You're blaming me? I vouch for you. I said you could handle this, but you can't even control your team. I saw you touch the machine. You're sabotaging my work. It's the Reynolds pitch all over again. This wasn't, supposed to... Ow! Oh boy. Controls, device, they are recreating this thing. Yep, and it looks like... I don't remember exactly what each symbol means, but I know that they can create fire. one of the very earliest cases in the case of the Golden Idol involved a guy on fire caused by the Golden Idol. So yes, it's all coming back to me now. I see a fingerprint, probably this guy's. Oh, fingerprints all over this thing. The controls. Okay. What are we looking at? Who the fingerprints belong to? Okay. Sure. Dr. Novak, lab notes. Yes, that is a Novak. Device function unknown, danger, question mark. Metals identified, high reactivity and conductivity. Dr. Toussaint says parts Lemurian in origin. Fully reconstructed, ready to test. No test before board approval. Danger potentially high, MW. Mr. Marmot relegated, laboratory access card revoked. He might be incompetent, but his fumbling did more than we've been allowed to. I wish I could do follow-up testing, but I can only record my observations from a distance. Alright, what's this on the door? A fingerprint left by this man, presumably. Fingerprint on the beaker. Alright, we've looked at everything. Now we need to figure out whose fingerprints are whose. Okay, so we know the cheesy fingerprints are Eugene's. Okay. Easy first one. And I believe that these glasses belong to... No. We're looking for words. Oriel Toussaint. Okay. And I again guess that the fingerprint on the whiskey belongs to Mr. Spender. Spender. Okay. Alright. Now we just need to figure out... No testing, awaiting board approval, stay behind caution tape. Alright, maybe we should look at the events now. Someone's team worked to something to something. After performing something without something, someone had a something. On the day of the... Something was something to allow them to something. This gave the something to something them in. When someone used something to something the something of the something. Okay, I need to get a better idea of who these people are first. Alright, so we know one of them. Oriel Toussaint. And this is Dr. Novak. Let's see. Can we go to another chapter in the middle of this? Because I want to... We can see what this guy's name is. Jack Novak. Okay. So that's Jack. We have seen a Jack before. Okay. Jack Novak. And his was this one. Okay. I don't know. What would he have handled? There's the thing on the pen. There's a door who belongs to that guy. The beaker? Could he have handled the beaker? Does his journal mention anything about the beaker? Device function unknown. Metals identified. Yeah, I don't know. Who could have handled the beaker? You can't even control your team. Extra physical laboratory access card. So, not everyone has an access card. Okay, we know that this woman is Marie. And actually, MW. So, We actually know that her last name must begin with a W. It must be Westlake. Ah, so she's the one who is drinking the whiskey. So this is Marie Westlake. And I presume her... Nope. Oh, no. That is not where Westlake's hands were. Okay. Where was the name Westlake? Jack to clean glassware. Okay, so Jack's fingerprints are indeed on the beaker. Jack Novak. Okay. Huh. And are all these fingerprints different? They seem to be different, all of them. So, by process of elimination, this must be Marie's. Marie Westlake's. Alright, let's look at this again. Eugene now on janitorial duties, thank God. Okay. Only 3 people... There are only 3 people considered lab staff. Manager and board president inspection on the 18th. Unlock lab door. They won't have active swipe cards. Okay. That is important. They won't have active swipe cards. The manager and board president would not have swipe cards. This man does not have a swipe card, but his thing might have been taken away. Alright, who's... Marmot relegated, laboratory access card revoked. So this must be Marmot. Let's see, because he's the only lab staff without an access card. So these 2 men must be the board president and the manager. Yeah. So, also, Marmot must be Eugene. And we know that Eugene Marmot and Eugene Marmot. Okay, so now the things we need are Nathan Hoyle, because we know that's one name, and Tim Spender? Mr. Spender expects a formal apology. Okay, so he's not a doctor. I was thinking Spender was a doctor, but no. Spender is, in fact, not one of the lab staff. And Nathan Hoyle is the board president. Oh, so if Nathan Hoyle is the board president and he's the only one of these... And we know that Mr. Spender's fingerprint is on this, then this must be Nathan Hoyle because his fingerprint is on the door. Okay. Alright. Nathan Hoyle, and this must be Tim Spender? Yes. And Tim Spender. Nathan Hoyle. Alright. Alright, now we need to see who touched what. We need to actually recognize these fingerprints, it would seem. I wish I could zoom in a little bit. Alright. Alright. So. I see this little mark here, so I believe this was touched by Jack. The orange is Eugene. This was touched by Alright, Nathan Hoyle and Tim Spender both have this little triangle in the middle here. But only Nathan has the triangle on the side, so this must be Tim Spender touched the panel for some reason. And then who touched this? Eugene. Alright. Now we just need to fill in the events. Alright, so she is the head of the team. You can't even control your team. So, Marie is the head of the team. Marie Westlake's team worked to reconstruct the device. After performing something without something, okay, had his access card revoked. But we don't quite know why yet. Eugene Marmot had his access card revoked. So, Mr. Marmot relegated, laboratory access card revoked. He might be incompetent, but his fumbling did more than we've been allowed to. I wish I could do follow-up testing, but I can only record my observations from a distance. Okay. Okay, so I think this fingerprint belongs to Eugene, but it isn't orange. It isn't orange, and his more recent fingerprints have been orange, so maybe he touched this before? Yeah, maybe he touched this before he got his card revoked. So, after performing tests without approval, okay, Eugene Marmot had his access card revoked. On the day of the board inspection, the door was unlocked? Maybe? Okay, something to allow Nathan Hoyle, if it gives me crap because these are in the wrong order or something, I'm gonna be so annoyed. The lab was unlocked to allow them to enter. This gave someone the opportunity to follow them in. Okay. Yeah, so Eugene wasn't supposed to be in there because he didn't have his access card. Hold on. Eugene Marmot. It gave him the opportunity to follow them in. Okay, so Eugene wasn't supposed to be here. They were trying to do something else to... They were trying to set something else on fire, maybe? I don't know. Okay, this is either one hand or two hand. When someone used one hand or two hand to... It activated, and he caught fire. Okay. Okay, so based on this context clues, it activated and he caught fire seems to be the one interpretation of the sentence that makes the most sense. So this is still talking about Eugene. When Eugene Marmot used something to touch the controls of the device, used one hand, two or fewer incorrect. Does this change anything if we swap them around? Two or fewer still incorrect. Okay. How about both hands? Okay. I don't know how we're supposed to figure out that it's both hands, but okay. Marie Westlake was hesitant to start testing the newly built device, so when Eugene activated it without permission, he was swiftly banned from the lab. Determined to redeem himself, Eugene followed the OPIG board members inside and used the device once more, setting himself on fire. Okay. Okay, so one of his fingers, that's why there were two of his fingerprints. So the one here was not left prior. It was left now. So that's why there were two fingerprints. Okay. Two fingerprints of his, anyway. Alright. Hi, Nathan. I'm pleased to say we finally got the budget crisis under control. The premises we used for the Emotion Studies project have been renovated and repurposed for more promising ventures. I see you've decided on a team leader for the new project. I just wanted to make it clear that while she and I have had our differences in the past, I agree that she's the right person for the job. She certainly does not share Tessa's penchant for risky and wild spending. Okay, so Tessa once worked at OPIG, I guess is what we call it. You've decided on team leader, so this is talking about Marie. So Tim and Marie have had differences. Emotion studies. Interesting. That is an interesting thing to note. Okay. With something... Okay, we only have names and we only have the one name. Okay. Oh, and here we have the hierarchy. OPIG organization chart. So we know that Nathan is the board president. Research engineer, research consultant, and the history consultant is Dr. Toussaint. I think we know most of these as well. Contractor missing, check with HR. Interesting. Alright, I feel like we could figure out more of these, but I don't know. They're only giving us the two portraits, so whatever. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Protest movement. A hippie circle refuses to roll over. Hell yeah, stick it to the man. So, a family barbecue is going on, and I hope this man seems okay. He's moving. Let's look at him first. Oh, what the hell is that? So he has, it looks like a ring. Oh, I thought it was like a class ring at first, but no, that gem is in the shape of a heart. That must be from his wife. What the hell was that? A wedding ring. Oh, like a custom wedding ring. The path. The object's path. So we know that it hit this guy before going somewhere else. Is this the object? A metal rod sits at the bottom of the pool. And it looks like a big chunk of ice. And it's covered in leaves, so it's probably hit some trees. And it's covered in orange fluid. I don't know if this was left by the object or if it is the object. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Mom! It almost hit me! Jeffrey, quickly, out of the pool, now! Alright, so Tobias is the husband, Jeffrey is the son, Odetta is the wife. Cuthbert leads New Wells Pale Club to victory, Benson out with injury. Feeling the summer heat, how to cool off in style. Okay. Those are some names we can place already. Odetta, Tobias, and Jeffrey. We don't know their last name yet. Are you okay, Tobias? I saw everything. Hold on, I'm coming over. Dear Corbin, thank you for considering our agency for your manuscript. Your observations are certainly intriguing. Just for closure, I would like some assurance that you have your subject's permission to write about them. We wouldn't want that scientist, Jack, was it? Jack Novak? Or the woodworking family, the Amstills, to sue us for libel and leave us all broke, would we? Regards, Lana Pete, Leonidas Agency. Alright, this man is Corbin. And I doubt we're gonna see a lot of these names, but it's good that we heard them, I guess. They're either red herrings or they're going to be important at some point. A glass containing a block of ice. Blue and yellow spools of ribbon. Take back our sanctuary. Date June 13th, time 2 p.m. Questions? Contact P. Coolidge, organizer. So that's probably has something to do with the protest. Alright, this guy is watching people from the roof. The new occupants are even more suspicious than the hippie foundation, or whatever it was called. The further up the hill I walk, the more of a cold chill I get. Look at the ivy. I'm not imagining it. Alright, they're talking a lot about things being cold. In the last scenario, there was a message on the board saying, dress warmly in the lab because it's cold in here and we don't know why. So something is causing things to be cold. You'd think the hippies would have rolled over by now, but from what I've gathered, they're still determined. I don't like it. To think my own daughter's caught up in this nonsense. It boils my blood. If Power's still around, he'd call it a disgrace to the Shaw name. Alright, I'm guessing that this man wrote this, so this is Corbin Shaw, and we're probably going to meet his daughter at some point. Another Shaw. A pair of binoculars pointing towards a building on top of the hill. A wheel. Okay. And it is also covered in leaves. Interesting. There's still stuff to look at. Something came through the bushes? And the barbecue. Alright, that's everything on this screen, I believe. Okay. A lot of bikes, one of them presumably missing a wheel. Oh god, I hope he didn't see me. But man, I hit the organizer's bike. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Okay, so she must have thrown something that hit the bike. I'm guessing whatever it was started with her. She threw something, it hit the bike. I don't know. Ah, the binoculars on the roof. Could Mr. Shaw be the person who was watching Tessa's hippie thing? Yeah, because we're seeing the hippie thing right now, so he was the one watching them. They're doing weird stuff in there, man. Did you see our moon-gazing bath? You can't steal enlightenment. Now Penny's trying to recruit the suits? OPIG hates harmony. Did you hear that crash? Don't worry about it, man. Andy's taking it back. We'll be gazing again in no time. Huh. The moon-gazing bath. Andy's taking it back. We'll be gazing again in no time. So I think that the moon-gazing bath was stolen. Andy. Okay, interesting. Alright, there's Eugene. It's not your fault, Mr. Marmot. You OPIC people don't understand what the Enlightenment device really does. Here, take some literature. Okay, so they must be protesting outside of OPIG. That makes so much sense. I was just trying to help. I didn't know why they were so mad at me. Or maybe he went to visit the Harmony Foundation. Oh, there's the Zen Garden. There's the Zen Garden that Arthur was buried in. Yeah, and there's the second-story window that he fell out of. Okay. So this... No, I was wrong. This isn't OPIG. This is the Harmony Foundation. And Eugene is visiting them for some reason. To make a peace offering, perhaps. And he received this brochure, which he had in his locker in the last scenario. Alright. Some stained flowers. It looks like a bike wheel rolled through here. Bicycle cycled. Small shards of melting ice. Tracks. Something orange rolled over this tree branch. Bird bath, fall over. A broken bird bath. Okay, that's where the ice came from, I would think. And since it's cold, the water in the bird bath froze. Yeah, because it's the same shape. It's the same shape of as the ice that landed in the pool. Alright. There are the symbols. Again. But they're different symbols. Yes, I think this is a thing for adding heat. This is a thing for removing it, so it made something cold. He aimed it at the bird bath and made it freeze. And this was activated when Eugene caught on fire. So I believe that the way this is parsed is add matter heat. This might mean matter, if I remember correctly, and this is remove matter heat. But Jack, why were you aiming it over here? And why are some of these leaves so decayed? Why is Eugene talking to these layabouts? He's lucky enough already to still have a job here. Can't you do anything right? Alright, laboratory schedule, June 13th. Morning shift, Westlake, Toussaint. Sorry we have to work on a Sunday. Afternoon shift, Novak, Marmot. Reminder, Marmot no longer has interior lab access. Wait. Wait a second. This is OPIG. This is OPIG. This isn't where the Harmony Foundation lives, or remains. They're just hippies out there doing their thing. This... Because this is where Tessa worked. We affirmed that with the last letter we read interstitially, that Tessa did work at OPIG. So this is the OPIG building. Okay. Alright, so this is the afternoon. Novak and Marmot are working. Alright. So we don't know what the object is yet. Alright, first things first, names. Eugene Marmot. Jack Novak. Alright. We don't know what these three's names are. Hold on. One of these people... Okay, Andy is the person talking to Eugene. No, Penny. Penny is trying to recruit the suits. Okay, Penny is the one giving the brochure to Eugene. Okay. So this is Penny. This girl might be Corbin's daughter. Perhaps. Alright, I think it landed here. I think maybe... It started here. I think the block of ice fell out of the bird bath, went down here. It kind of looks like it went both through here and through here. But it must have gone this way because it hit over here. Okay. It knocked one of the tires down. And it must have gone through the flowers because... Oh, no. Okay, so... The block of ice went here and moved this way. And then it went through the bushes and hit the barbecue. The wheel from the bike went this way and landed by the tree. Okay. Okay. So, I think it started at the bird bath. It rolled by the bike, which belongs to her, I presume. I presume she's the leader. It rolled by the bike, rolled by this tree. I don't know what made it orange, though. Okay, it rolled by the tree. It rolled through the bushes? No? It... Hold on. Where was this? Alright, it went past the tree. It went through the bushes at some point. And maybe it went here? No. Oh, okay. There we go. So whatever it was, I think it's talking about the ice from the bird bath. So I'm going to guess that this is Corbin's daughter. Now let's try and figure out the rest of the names. Blue and yellow spools of ribbon. Oh, Penny Coolidge is this woman's name. P. Coolidge. The woodworking family, the Amstills. Your subject's permission. Okay, so he is spying on people using the binoculars. He has a view of OPIG, so he can see Dr. Novak work, and he has a view of his neighbor's yard, so they must be the Amstills. And Andy is taking it back, so she was taking back the gazing pool. Or the bird bath, or whatever you want to call it. So Andy was taking back the gazing pool, but lost it. Okay, so that's all correct. Now we just need to figure out the events. A group of protesters gathered outside the OPIG laboratory, upset about the something of the Harmony Foundation? The closure of the Harmony Foundation. Was the Harmony Foundation working from within OPIG? And that's why Tessa was able to close it while working, was able to run it while working there. Alright. During the protest, Andy Shaw attempted to steal a bird bath. Which, something that is now a bird bath, but used to be their gazing pool. I get it now. So, the use of the building has changed hands, it would seem. When she accidentally broke it, a block of ice came loose. Yes, because we saw that, yeah, there's a piece coming off of the... Well, there are pieces that have fallen off the bird bath. A block of ice came loose, rolled down the hill, and hit, what's his name? Tobias Amstel's barbecue, causing it to fall over and injure him? Nice. No one died in that one, that's nice. To show her support for the Harmony Foundation protest, Andy Shaw planned to steal the bird bath, or moon gazing bath. However, she wasn't strong enough, so she dropped it. This sent a block of ice down the hill and into the Amstel family's barbecue. Alright. Uncle Isaac, Isaac Novak, first guy we met, first corpse we found at the very least. Look what I found in Mother's attic. Remember our first experiment together? I would have burned my eyebrows off if you weren't there to save me. That's when you started calling me Icarus. Hope to see you again soon. I always feel so inspired after our talks, and believe me, I could use that right now. The people in charge here have the wrong priorities, but what can I do? Maybe I can impress Mr. Hoyle and he'll swap me and Marie around, but for now, I'm on the bottom rung. Wish you were here. They'd all listen to you. With love, Jack, Icarus. Alright, so we can fill in a little more... Let's fill in a little more of this. I believe that Jack is the engineer and Eugene is the assistant. Head of corn-based solutions. I don't know. Tim here is the board member. The board member. None of these say board member, but I could guess that head of speculative investment fits there. Or means about the same thing. And Marie is the extraphysical laboratory lead. And let's look at this a little bit. With something from one of these foundations, someone ran so with funding from OPIG, someone ran the Harmony Foundation. That could be it. From the OPIG Corporation, Tessa Navari ran the Harmony Foundation. So funding. They used something to build a something. They used something to build an artifact. Parts. Believing it could something, and then something, and in doing so would help people cheat death. However, it actually, I don't know. Someone realized something might something if it were something. Someone was in charge of it, and I'm guessing whoever was in charge will be enlightened onto us. I can't speak today with the hierarchy node. But something. Despite this, something a new device, and so is denied. Okay. Well, I think I'll leave it there. If I just do this one next time, it might be a little short, but then I'll have to finish the hierarchy and the story, so yeah. I think this is a good spot to leave it. So, until next time, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more The Rise of the Golden Idol.